Welcome, Taurus and Taurus cross-watchers, to your singles and new love reading for May 2023. So we're going to get where you are, where you're headed, and what you need to know. And then we're going to get your next new love interest. I'm emphasizing the new because some people keep having returning love interests. So new for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And that will all be timestamped in the description box below. So, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you guys have had, a wonderful day. And that your weekend is shaping up to be a good one. So we have the Six of Wands, and you know what it feels like? I kind of hope this isn't the case, Taurus, but I'm just kind of getting here that it's like you seem to be like on a good path, in a good place, you're doing your thing, you're enjoying life, and I feel like there's a change that's coming, and I'm not sure that it feels very unexpected. It feels like a surprise change. It doesn't feel necessarily that it's a bad one. Let's dig into what you need to know about this change. What does Taurus need to know? Wait a second. We're going to do one on the Six of Wands. Okay. Okay. And what is changing? Then we have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like there seems to be something that you have been... It's almost like there's this fast-forwarding energy. And I almost want to say that it's almost like you were having such a good time you didn't notice it had gotten so late. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you didn't notice that it had gotten so late that the trains aren't running anymore. You know what I mean? It just has this energy of like you're in a really gorgeous energy. Also, I almost forgot. Happy birthday, Taurus. It just kind of feels like something is happening here, and I don't really understand what it is. It's almost like you're enjoying yourself and somebody is jealous of the good time you're having, and it's like they want to see it change. It's almost like they feel that you shouldn't be having a good time if they're not having a good time. And I feel like there's somebody here, I almost want to say there's someone here that may have been on your team or appeared to be kind of fighting for you at one point, and I feel like they are jealous, and it feels like there's a lot of insecurity coming off of them. It feels like this is the kind of person that maybe the two of you were like this at one point, but I feel like that's about to change. It's like it's like the food's about to turn. It's about to smell funny when you open the container. You know what I mean? It's almost like sliced meat, like sandwich meat. And you're looking forward to it, and you go in the fridge and you open it up and like, oh, you know what I mean? And it's gone bad. I feel for some of you. Hold on for a second here. It just kind of feels like there's somebody here staring at you, almost with this energy of them like, they just are not happy that you seem to be having such a good time when they're not. They seem to feel that everything between the two of you, so I'm just realizing my face keeps getting in there. They seem to feel that the two of you should be on par, and even though they have quite a bit, there's something here that they're jealous of. So, just gonna make sure the deck is upright. Yes, it is. Where is Taurus headed? So we have the Ten of Swords. I'd love to tell you something different. I kind of wish this wasn't the reading, but it is what it is. So the Ten of Swords usually talks about things getting as bad as they can. The nice thing about this is that it's like whatever the bad situation is, it's over. So I feel like whoever this person is that's kind of a jealous TWAT, doesn't mean that this person's identifies as female, okay? But whatever their problem is, they got a real problem with you because they feel that you have things that they should have. They feel like you should give them, like they should be the ones succeeding, not you. And I feel with this energy here, so I'm just going to write time down. I feel with this Ten of Swords here, it feels like you're definitely going to be hurt, but I feel like this energy that you're in here, you may have already known that something was amiss, right? It's like you may have been trying to kind of pull this person out of this tough spot or kind of include them, kind of make them, it's like almost this wraparound energy, wanting them to feel included. And I feel like what you're about to step into, look at this. The bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the World. So you're definitely closing out cycles. I feel like you're closing out, it's almost like you wanted to take this person with you as you succeeded. I feel like part of you was always kind of like pushing them to be, it's like you knew that they wanted more than what they were doing for themselves. So it's like you were pushing them to be better. Not in a like pushy, crappy way that you thought you were better. Nothing like that. It was like you were always kind of showing them how much you believed in them so that they would see themselves that way, right? And I feel like it feels like whatever you were saying to this person fell on deaf ears. It's almost like if you were encouraging or kind or supportive to this person, it's like they took it as a friggin' insult, right? They took it as a like, well, does Taurus think I need their support? What are they telling me that for? I don't need them to tell me that. And it feels like it's almost like there's a loss of the effort that you put into it. There's definitely some hurt there, I'm not going to lie. I feel for some of you there may be an energy of like, how come when things finally came together, this had to fall apart? And I actually feel like it's, I'm sorry to say, maybe this will help you, but it feels like it's a necessary loss. It feels like the kind of loss that it's almost like whatever the situation was between the two of you, I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like this person was just dragging you down. And I feel like you were reaching for your Ten of Pentacles, and they were always this kind of like, no, you can't do, it's like here you're climbing up the ladder of your life, right? And you're going up and they keep grabbing you and saying, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, because it's like they want to stay where they are. They're happy where they are. They don't want to go any further. And the fact that you're going further makes them look at what they have and be like, damn it, this isn't enough. So it's like they want to pull you down and keep you where they're happy instead of supporting you and letting you be yourself. So I'm going to get just a clarifier on this Ten of Pentacles. So we have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Just want to make sure I'm flipping these up properly. So we have Justice reversed and the Six of Cups upright. This may be specific. I'm going to let you know ahead of time. I feel for some of you that your past with this person, your the past friendship, the past relationship connection that you had with them, I feel like it actually wasn't as fair to you as you thought it was. It feels like this person, whatever love and appreciation you had for them, for who they are and the connection between the two of you, it was not a two-way street. I feel like it hadn't been a two-way street for a long time. I feel like part of them actually had started to hate you. It's almost like they seem to be jealous of your disposition. It's the energetics of like, let's say you're that person that like, may not be the actual situation, but it's the energetics of it. It's like you're that kind of person that everybody likes. People like to be around. People are happy to see you. You're always cheerful. You're always this. It's like you're always very lively when you're in the room. It's like you just kind of, people just are drawn to you. And I feel like this person, it's like you are that, they want to be that. They demand that. They need that, right? And it's like the more they need that, the more they saw you as that. So it's like you walk into a room and people notice. This person walks into a room and they have to stomp their feet and make some noise to be noticed, right? And even then people are like, "Oh yeah, okay." And it's not to be dismissive of this person. It's just that's how they're like, that seems to be the dynamic, right? Whatever it is that they want, they feel you somehow have. They feel you've had it easier, you've had it this, you've had it that, and I actually feel you haven't. I feel like the reason you have that disposition is because you know what the other side of that coin looks like. And it feels like this is the type of person that wants to act like they know everything. They're the this, they're the top dog. They know all the things. They know. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. That person doesn't know. They know. And I feel like it actually feels like this person sees you doing things that they don't see themselves as capable of doing or even wanting to do. And in that, it makes them feel insecure about who they are. And so I feel like whatever connection you may have had with them, it's almost like when you were kind of striving to meet their level, or the two of you were on the same level, it feels like it was great. It feels like the two of you were two peas in a pod. And I feel like when something changed, when the dynamic shifted, it's almost like you may have been growing something underground, and it's almost like it's the difference between somebody who does something and flaunts it to get attention and somebody that does something underground and then has the attention come to them, right? So it's like you don't want the attention, you don't need the attention, but people seem to appreciate you, and that feels great. And this person like craves it, they need it, they long for it. It's like a never ending, or like a black hole. So, Taurus, what do you need to know? We have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Wands reversed. I don't know who this person is or what their friggin' problem is, but they need to... I feel like, Taurus, I feel like there's going to be some confusion for you. I feel like you're going to be in a place where it's almost like you're going to kind of get sideswiped almost, or not sidelined, but it's almost like you're kind of going on about your day, and I don't know why this is how it's coming through. I certainly hope this isn't the situation, but it's almost like you're kind of driving your car, you're listening to music, you're having a good time, you're enjoying yourself, and it's like, and then someone gets into this, it's like someone gets T-boned in front of you, and it's so disorienting. You know what I mean? It's like it didn't happen to you, but it was very like tragic, obviously, and traumatic and jolting. It's one of those things where it's like if you weren't sitting down, you would have fallen down because the feeling went out of your legs. You know what I mean? It's this feeling of not understanding what's happening, kind of being able to grapple with the fact that, like, you didn't really... Hold on for a second. I feel like that whatever's going on, it's much more than what you know about. So it's like you're not really taking it personally, but I definitely feel like whatever this person's BS is, it's being directed right at you. It's like whatever hatred they have for their life and what they've done and what they haven't done and what they've built and what they haven't built, they seem to be projecting that right at you. And it's like they want to make you out to be the bad guy. They want to make you out to be some sort of like almost like a devil kind of energy. And what's interesting is that they are. And I actually feel like because you're succeeding, even though if this person was being supportive, they wouldn't lose you. But it's almost like part of them felt that they would lose their companion if you kept climbing up that ladder. So they kept trying to pull you back and pull you and be like, no, I need you here. No, you have to stay here. And I feel like because this person didn't let you grow. It's like they weren't going to. So I feel like all of this sort of stuff kind of came around. I feel like it's almost like whatever they did, they seemed to do it under the radar. You know what I'm saying? It's like they were always able to disguise what they did as something else. And I feel like obviously this isn't going to feel very good. And it'll feel like, it feels kind of devastating actually. But the message here is this person, maybe they were at one point in time, but they are no longer who you saw them as or who you see them as. I feel like this is the kind of person that it's like they wear one face to you and one face to everybody else. And it's like when things kind of feel like they're out of this person's control, they kind of go a little ape you know? And it almost feels like there still is the loss there, obviously. But it kind of feels like one of those things where it's, when you look back and see certain things that this person would say that would kind of be degrading to you or condescending, it's like they actually treated you almost like, it may not be the actual situation, right? But it's like they treated you like you were a silly little stupid child that needed to be told this and told that. And I feel like they did it in such a way, or they were able to backpedal in such a way that it's like if you ever were like, don't do that, don't talk, da 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 da, right? I feel like those times are when they kind of got that. It's like part of them didn't want to do that, and I feel like the other part of them, it just feels like they kind of had to make themselves feel like they were better than everybody until someone said like, dude, you can't talk to people that way. Or I mean, obviously not that, but when they were called out for doing that, they would backpedal and act like they were doing something to help them, or they didn't mean it that way, or this or that, but they did. And I feel like for some of you, you may have spent so much time kind of enjoying your life and the success that you've had now that this person may have kind of pulled the rug out from underneath you without you knowing, or kind of without you, you know, seeing it coming. I feel like if things don't happen the way that they happen here, that eventually this person will do something to sabotage you that will really sour you against them. So I've been talking for far too long. My apologies, Taurus. I'm just going to write down the timestamp here. So for those of you with your sun, just going to make sure the deck's upright. Sun in Taurus, we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, another Ten of Swords. With another Empress. Look at this. Seven of Swords. It's exactly their energy, right? So we're going to get a clarifier on this Knight of Cups. No, not that one. Okay. It feels like there's somebody coming in here that they almost feel like... So we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Wands and the Sun. I'm just going to pull you out here. So, the Knight of Cups energy upright is usually somebody that is very romantic, very sweet, very kind of like generous and emotionally available. But reversed, it's someone that... it's almost like whoever this person is, they seem to be somehow unattainable or unreachable. It's for some of you, this might be very specific, but like they might not even have a cell phone or like a social media presence or something like that. But whatever it is, I feel like they're definitely difficult to reach somehow. I feel like you seem to feel like you're being led to this person, and I actually feel like you're following the signs and you're trusting your gut and you're doing, you know, all of the things. But I feel like this person, it actually feels like they end up being kind of a bridge, or I almost want to say like, I want to say like an in-between, but that's it's not that this person, like, you're using them to, just kill some time or something like that. I feel like you end up seeing that the connection with this person isn't about the connection with them. It's kind of about finding your own happiness again. There's something about it that seems to give you, I want to say, like, the time, the space, the understanding to let this, the darkest form of the Empress go, right? Whoever that person is. If you didn't listen to I almost said personal. Sorry, if you didn't listen to the singles read, you may want to listen to the first little bit of it where it's talking about that Empress energy. It just kind of feels like there's something that's not connecting with these two, and I can't figure it out, and I don't know why. Okay. Card between Taurus and Taurus Sun's person. Just going to make sure the deck isn't upright. So we got the Five of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like with this person, it's kind of like you're happy and you're looking for either like more happiness or the same amount, right? You're not looking to go down. And I feel like this person may be somebody that is actually just looking, it's like they are not necessarily looking for happiness. I feel like they're looking for safety, for security. It's like they haven't given that to themselves. I feel like this person will go on to like, I almost want to say like they will go on to do good things. And I feel like for some reason it's heartwarming and you kind of need to know that. But I feel like they've kind of been through, there's something about them or in them that you see that you realize is not going to work for you in a relationship. I feel like there's something about the situation that doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you happy. Not that you're looking for someone else to make you happy. So let me rephrase that. It doesn't add to your happiness. There's something about it that takes away from it. It feels like it kind of drags you down. And I feel like you end up staying focused on your happiness and what you want. It just doesn't feel like like you really kind of, it ever even gets off the ground with this person. It's almost like the two of you could be out chatting together somewhere, and it's like the conversation runs dry. It gets really quiet. And I feel like you keep almost trying to like spark the conversation just so it doesn't get awkward. And it's almost like this person might all of a sudden stand up and kind of pay for their drinks or coffee or whatever. And it's like, and then they say like, I don't think this is working. And it actually feels like this person seems to feel, it's like whatever you have going on that's making you happy, they don't feel like they're going to infect it or anything. They don't look at themselves that negatively, but it does feel like they realize that they're not in the right headspace to be in a relationship with someone. In the same way that you're not really feeling connected to them like that. If the two of you want, it does feel like there's a possibility for a friendship there, but of course that'll be up to the two of you. And I feel like it doesn't really feel like it'll take off. You know what I mean? It feels like one of those things where it's like, there isn't a problem, it just doesn't fit. I'm just going to write down the time again. My apologies for the timestamp. So for those of you with your moon in Taurus, Queen of Pentacles. Wow, with the Six of Cups. So I feel like whoever this person is, they might have like a Venus in an earth sign. It feels like this is the kind of person that actually is like an explosion of fun, but they initially may come across as someone that is very controlled. And I feel like you see them and you kind of, it's like your goal to get them to lighten up. But I almost want to, because they come across as very serious, but I feel like when you really get to know this person, it's like they're just as wild and crazy and fun as you are. They just initially present as a certain type of person. It's almost like either they know it consciously or they just their subconscious understands that if they present with that crazy wild fun energy, not in a negative way, but just in a, adventurous spirit sort of way. I feel like this person has attracted people that were looking for, it's like they had that similar energy, but they were looking for stability in somebody. So this person, it's like they had to be the parent in the relationship, and they're not looking for that. So it's like they're they're kind of displaying a different version of themselves in order to attract a different kind of energy. And I feel like it's almost like, regardless of what your external presentation of yourself is, at least initially, I feel like this person really seems to feel like the two of you would be a good match. It just feels like for them, it's almost like it's difficult to get your attention. I feel like this person is kind of looking for something serious, and for some of you, that may not be. It's almost like that may not be exactly what you're looking for, at least when you meet them. But I feel like there's something about this person that you kind of don't want to pass the opportunity up. What is it about this person that makes Taurus really notice them? Three of Pentacles with the Seven. Okay. So clearly there's a lot of earth energy with this person. I feel like they have a really good, it's like they have a very loving, very caring reputation. I feel like this is the kind of person that, regardless of who their exes are, it just feels like the kind of person that nobody really has a bad word to say about. You know what I mean? And it's not that they're placating everybody or they're dancing everybody else's tune. It's just, it's like even after a bad breakup or this or that, it's like that person realizes that actually what this Queen of Pentacles was trying to do is love their stupid butt, right? And kind of like, I feel like this is the kind of person that is, it's like they're always building people up around them, not because they're trying to, shower them with empty compliments or empty praise, but they're doing it because they seem to be very adept at picking out what people are good at. And it's almost like, and when they say that to people, those people may not have seen it about themselves before, but after this Queen of Pentacles tells them that, it's like that person sees it more and more and more. And it's almost like this person seems to have like a prophetic way of getting through to people, getting them to see things about themselves that they didn't before. There's something that's very healing about this person. And I do want to say that often that healing energy comes with a very strong SE-actual sort of energy. I can't say that word because I can't even say NAKED, or the gets demonetized. So it's just, unfortunately, is the way it is. So there seems to be something that is, it's almost like you're a little intimidated by this person, but not in a bad way, or where you feel like you're somehow, going to be overwhelmed by them. It just feels like, it's like you're in this fun-loving and caring energy, and it's almost like there's something about this person that stops you dead in your tracks. And I feel like it's almost like you could be standing here with your arms up, acting something out, and you see this person, and it's like it makes you stop. And you put your arms down, and you just kind of watch them as they walk, and there's something very powerful about this person, but very understated at the same time. It's the kind of person that has, I almost want to say, like, this incredible power behind them, but it's like it's not a power that they access when they're hurt. And not that it's blocked from them. It's like, I feel like this is the kind of person, it's like the definition of a strong woman, strong man, strong person, but not the kind of strong that needs to tell everybody. Not the kind of strong that needs, reassurance or acknowledgement from others. It's the kind of strong that can go on and on and on, regardless of who or what is happening around them. It's the kind of person, it's like, kind of see them floating up this staircase, and people could be, almost like, what is it? The bow and arrow? Like shooting arrows at them. And I feel like this person would somehow like gracefully just float out of the way of all of them. Right? Or it would just kind of go through their hair or something like that. There's something about them it feels like it's utterly captivating, and it feels like all of their energy is on you. That may be why you kind of stop and put your hands down, and it feels like this, like, you know what I mean? It's like if it wasn't energy, if it was wind, it would knock you down. It's that powerful coming from this person. I feel like it's almost like they may not realize how powerful it is. It's like they know that it's a little too much energy coming your way, but they kind of can't help but and I feel like normally they're able to kind of put up blocks and not overwhelm people with that, but there's something here that they can't seem to help themselves. So, sorry, so for those of you with a Taurus rising, we have the Devil with the Two of Wands. So, sorry, but it doesn't really feel like this person has the best energy. I feel like they're the kind of person that they also seem to have a really strong asexual vibe. And assuming that you didn't listen to the Taurus Moon New Love reading, I apologize that I have to spell some of those words, but even if I say that, or even NAKED, the videos are demonetized. So that's why I spell everything. Excuse me. I feel like there's something about this person that it's like it seems very interesting, and there's something about them that it feels like you could get lost in them, but there's something about them that seems a little bit too, it's like you can feel that something would turn, something would change. It's like the second they get you through that door, you kind of fall into this open trap, or you kind of get, how in those movies from like the medieval times or something, where they kind of step onto a rope, the rope goes around their ankle and they pull them up and they're kind of hanging upside down. It feels like that's this kind of person. They don't feel like and it, you can feel it. There's something about them. You can tell by, it's almost like they have shifty eyes or something. There seems to be something about how the corners of their mouth turn up. You can just tell that what they're saying isn't right, that they don't have the right intentions. They don't have the right, how do I say this? They don't have the right, hold on. Something about their energy is off. It's the type of person that'll like put their arm around you, acting like they care about you, walk you around the corner, and there's, it's a dark alley where and I'm not saying this to be a smart aleck or sarcastic. It just feels like the second you turn that corner, there's a windowless van. It's like all of a sudden you think everything's going to be fine, and you haven't realized that you just walked into their basement or something. You know what I mean? I feel like whoever this person is, you can see that there's something off about their energy. And I feel like they are, it feels, sometimes the devil energy comes across as a lot of different things. I feel like there's something about this person's energy that actually seems to really creep you out. There's something about it that like this person may come across like they're going to be someone's best friend, but it's like they're walking that person, they're escorting them, knowing what is going to be on the other side, knowing that that person is going to be in a place of suffering, and they're doing it. And it's like they're getting what they want out of it, so they don't care. Just gonna pull up. check. No, I did not. Nope. Okay. So we have the Four of Cups here with the, wow, the Ten of Swords. Again, for a third time. Good Lord. So, it feels like the kind of person that they kind of grew to hate themselves so much that it's like they turned that hate outward. And I feel like it's almost like they kind of forgot the source. So it's like all the hatred that they felt for themselves, they're now pushing it out. And it's like, and it's just kind of spewing all over everyone. It feels like the type of energy, it's like, that's going to drag people by their ankles. You know what I mean? It's a very, kind of unfortunate. I almost want to, I'm sorry to say this about another person. It feels like a very kind of gross, seedy, user type energy. And the Four of Cups usually talks about kind of not knowing what's on offer, not being able to see things, being disinterested. And I feel like what this person is disinterested in is they feel like they shouldn't have to care about anybody because nobody cared about them. So it's like, so now they're just out to hurt people. Now they're just out to use people. It's the type of energy where it's like they would send an inappropriate text to one person and to like start a fight between, you know, a couple. And then they would just kind of sit and watch and feel like, oh, okay, I caused some chaos today. So, we're just gonna go ahead and turn that card over. That was a bit. So for those of you with your Venus in Taurus, I almost said Venus in Taurus. That's wrong. Taurus. There we go. You know what? I think we're just going to pull a card with some advice for Taurus Rising. Jesus mercy. It's almost like, I want to say, don't tell this person that you see them, but let them, it's like, if you're watching them do something they're not supposed to do, it's almost like let them catch you seeing them doing something. You know what I mean? It's almost like there seems to be some sort of like extended eye contact with this person that I feel, it's almost like there's some sort of like intuitive nudge with this person when that happens. I feel like there's something about your reaction to a certain situation that the two of you are involved in that kind of tells this person that you're somehow untouchable. And not because you're better than anybody. It feels like you're well connected. Or it's like there's somebody that you know that's like is protective of you or cares about you or is close to you, that this person knows if they mess with that one, it's like they're punching above their weight class. That whoever that person is can kind of undercut this person, cut them off at the knees. And it's almost like there's this energetic thing where someone, it's almost like you don't know that someone has their back. It's almost like you may have extended eye contact with this person and they look to the person next to you and that person just kind of does a like, don't. And they won't. At least that's what I'm seeing. I feel like they might, I mean, it's possible they could try something when that person's not there. So, of course, keep your back up about that person. They just, I hate to say this about a person, but they just seem kind of awful. So, for those of you with your Venus in Taurus, I did it again! I was consciously trying to say it correctly. Venus in Taurus. There we go. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. I'm just writing the timestamp there. I feel like this person is someone that is, I mean, we do have this at the bottom of the deck, the Strength card. I feel like this is somebody, it's like they might seem very disconnected. You know what I mean? It's like they seem to, they're the kind of person that will just kind of walk out of a room or leave a restaurant, like if there's a bunch of you there. Not if it's just one person, but if there's a bunch of people there, I feel like they just get up and leave. They just walk away. They just do this. It's like, and it seems like they are almost a little bit thoughtless at first. But I feel like you're going to realize, or you're going to see actually, that this person, it's almost like someone turned on a light for them, and they just have recently felt everybody's energy. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. I'm just going to get some cream. It's the type of person that wasn't ever really aware that what they were feeling was other people's energy. And I feel like it's so strong now that they seem to act very disconnected from everything. Or not from everything. They just seem like almost cold. I feel like this person, you know, the King of Cups upright is someone that is very emotionally mature. I'm going to be honest. I feel like you would like to pursue a connection with this person, but they seem so reserved and so pulled back. It's like they're so emotionally unavailable that I feel like there's someone else that is, it's almost like they're hot to trot. They're kind of ready for you here. And I feel like you do kind of, it's like you seem to want to explore something with this King of Pentacles, but I feel like the King of Cups is actually the person that you really want. It just feels like if they're going to put themselves in an energy where they're unavailable, then like, guess they're unavailable, right? Excuse me. We're just going to get a clarifier. I'm going to clarifier in this King of Cups. And that one seems to want to come out. So we have Four of Wands, Page of Swords. I feel like, I keep going back to this energy of this person. I see them in kind of like one of those big puffy bomber jackets, and they, I hope it doesn't get demonetized because I said that word, but whatever. I feel like they seem to have this energy of, it's like a big black jacket, and I feel like this person is like, they just seem to have a rather big size, and it doesn't mean that they are super tall or that they're, you know, big or anything. It just feels like they may not be. It's just the energy of somebody that is trying to, it's like they want to make themselves unnoticeable, but they have such a big presence they can't. It's like they can't get away from people being drawn to them. It's the type of energy where it's like this person may have flown under the radar their whole life, and now they're in an energy where everyone's sticking their face in this person's face, wanting their attention, their energy, their solutions. It's almost that energy of like someone that has just become famous and is not having a good, or well, not that they're not having a good time, is not having an easy time adjusting to having cameras and microphones and reporters and whoever else in their face all the time. So it's like they're just putting on a big puffy jacket, baseball cap, sunglasses. It's like they got their hands in their pocket. Their shoulders are kind of up around their ears because they're trying to make themselves just kind of like shrink into themselves almost. And I feel like there's this other person here. It feels like For some reason, I keep being reminded of, I think it was the Aquarius read that had a similar message. So I don't know if there's an Aquarius person involved or or, you have Aquarius in your chart or something like that. It just feels like it's a similar choice that they had to deal with, I believe. But anyway, it just feels like here's this person that's like ready and hot to trot, but they don't have something that you're looking for. It's not that they're not authentic. It's not that they're not this or that. It's just like, it feels to a certain extent that this person would have a bit of an ego, and it's almost like, and they would need and or want you to kind of prop that up for them. And I feel like this person does have a bit of an air of superiority, but it's like that seems to cover up some loneliness for them. I feel like if you allow yourself to get to know this King of Pentacles person, I want to say that you will be, it's almost like they will start to appear, you'll start to get to know them as very different from how they initially present. It just kind of feels like the energy of you wanting to get to know this King of Cups reversed. I'm trying to feel like, is that because they're unattainable? Doesn't feel like that. It's almost like part of you kind of wants to, it's like you can see this person going through whatever they're going through, and I feel like part of you just wants to kind of, it's almost like you just kind of want them to enjoy their life again. And it's almost like there's this choice here. So maybe it is a bit different than the Aquarius read, but I feel like there's a choice here of like, do you help this person, or do you go for this? Do you go for this person, right? It's almost like, do you pursue this person's happiness or your own? Is kind of what I'm getting. The advice is the Four of Wands again. I say again because it's come out in this deck as well. I feel like the advice here is whatever is going to make you happy. It's not like you would put someone else's happiness above your own. It just kind of feels like if someone is super defensive and isn't able to accept kind of what's coming in for them, it's almost like you have a choice. Do you want to be around someone that has this type of energy right now, or do you want to be around, or do you want to be in this energy? I want to say, hold on for a second. You know what's interesting? I'm sorry to flip-flop like this if that's kind of how it feels for you guys, because that's how it feels for me. It actually feels like this person, this King of Pentacles, may actually only let you get so deep with them. Whereas I feel like because this other person is actually in, I almost want to say like, in a tougher energy initially, I feel like they would actually be, it's like it might be a little bit tough to get close to them initially, but I feel like it's almost this energy of like, do you want to feel good now or later? And neither will be perfect. So it's about, what do you want? And what will give you what you're looking for? Or rather, who? So I think I'll leave it there, Taurus. I hope that this reading resonated. and that it gave you some answers. I feel like this was more complicated things. I'm sorry if that is the case. If you're new here, welcome. I upload twice a week, once on Sundays, once on Thursdays. And oh, of course, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.